Hello friends, I hope you're having a good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. And here's Henrietta coming back once again with another episode of Timeless Words of Wisdom. We are now in episode 10 and we're continuing with a few episodes on friendship. Today we're going to look at some more verses from the book of Proverbs. Did you know that the Bible has a lot of answers for questions we have? In fact, that was one of the biggest regrets I had. There were some things I wish I knew earlier. Lived a totally different life if I knew it. So here, I hope that these words of wisdom reach you in time so that you will not have to live your life with regret. And that you can take better decisions than I could make earlier than before I knew these things. I thank God for the Bible. I thank God for these words of wisdom that He is written in this book, this timeless, precious book, because they are signposts for us to know that we are on the right track. They are the right path of life. So let's go into today's message. And we are turning to Proverbs chapter 19. Yes, chapter 19. Let's look at verse 4. It says, "Wealth makes many friends, but the poor man is avoided by his neighbor." Aha! Some of us have experienced it ourselves, right? You can see people hovering over those who are wealthy or well placed in life, dying to be their friend. And you can see that those who are not doing so well or struggling have hardly any friends. Isn't it? But then you need to ask this question. Those who are wealthy, do they have fair weather friends? Or are they real friends? If there is some calamity in their lives, will these friends still be around? Friends, I've seen, even in my own family history, money comes and money goes. Wealth comes and wealth goes. One family may have a lot of good time and it may be followed by a lot of bad time. You may have someone who has amassed a lot of wealth and then you may have someone who squanders all that wealth. Nothing stays forever. And so I've learned that we should not be proud of any of these things. These are things that change. Tomorrow, who knows what will come tomorrow? One hand, you get a good hand, things become better. You get a bad hand from life, you slip down 10 steps downwards and then you have to climb all the way up again. And bad things can happen to good people. So we must not look down on anybody. But yes, even the Bible acknowledges that wealth makes many friends. So if you're wealthy, check who your real friends are. If you lost everything, which of these friends who are all around you would stay? Check it out for yourself. Okay, let's go on to the next. We have a couple of verses from chapter 16. Proverbs chapter 16. We'll read from verses 27 to 29. It says, a worthless man devises and digs up mischief, and in his lips there is as a scorching fire. A scorching fire. A perverse man sows strife, and a whisperer separates close friends. Let me read that again. Verse 28. A perverse man sows strife, and a whisperer separates close friends. The exceedingly grasping, covetous, and violent man entices his neighbor, leading him in a way that is not good. What did you understand? There are some who love to dig up mischief. They may sound very innocent, but they'll be coming and saying something which will cause a lot of hardship, pain, heartbreak, and sorrow for those who are concerned. There's a scorching fire in their words. In their hearts, they have a lot of mischief, or even downright wickedness and evil. And then there are those who will come and sow strife. They can't see two people get along, and they'll come and say something or the other to get them to misunderstand each other, distrust each other, and separate. A whisperer separates close friends. And you'll always notice they do it behind their backs. They will not do this right in front of you. They'll do things behind your back. Separates close friends. You should also ask yourself, is somebody who does that following God, or is that person following the devil? Would God want two people to be good friends? Yes. Would God want two people to break up and be evil? That's the devil who wants people to be evil, to break up, or have something bad happen to them. So those who do such things, they are listening to the devil. And not just that, the covetous man, the violent man, entices his neighbor to do something that's not right for him, to do something that's not good for him. Just like the prodigal son, remember? In our previous episode, we had talked about it. So, beware of such friends. Beware of those who come and speak to you sweetly, but they create a lot of mischief and create a lot of strife and separate you from those who really care for you, or those who you care about, and lead you to do things that are wrong for you, or that would have bad consequences for you. I hope and pray that you will soon find out who those friends are and distance yourself from them wisely. Let's go to the next set of verses. This is in chapter 22. Chapter 22, and we are going to read verses 24 and 25. Now here's some advice that God is giving us. He says, make no friendships with a man given to anger. And with a wrathful man do not associate, lest you learn his ways and get yourself into a snare. Ooh. Don't make friends with a man who's given to anger. So somebody who gets into a rage for every single thing, stay away from them. Or else you become like them. Haven't you heard the saying, birds of a feather flock together? You have to be careful who you are around, because consciously or unconsciously you are learning to be like them. So if you see some traits in your friends which you don't like, you'll need to do something about it. Because someday you will see yourself in the mirror and realize that you are behaving like your friend. So if you have a friend who is going and bashing up people and destroying things left, right and center, you can be that friend. Be like that friend. And what are the consequences of such action? Those who take the law into their hands, the law does finally catch up with them. The Bible also says everything that's secret comes out on top sometime or the other. So even if people do things and cover it up, someday or the other the law will catch up with them and they will get the punishment. So be careful not to learn his ways, because you yourself will get into such trouble. So if you are that bystander who is going around with a group of friends who are doing all this harmful things, you're not doing it, but you're just going along with them. Someday when there's a situation and some of them are caught and you're caught with them, you'll be called an accomplice of that gang, even if you didn't do anything. How do you prove that you didn't do anything? So better to get away from that place so you don't fall into trouble. Better to care for yourself enough that you stay away from people who have harmful traits. And if somebody has a problem with rage, they have to work on it. They have to deal with that. Perhaps you can be a good friend and tell them that, hey, you need to deal with this. Otherwise it's going to be something that will cause you a lot of sorrow someday. Isn't it? You can be a good friend and tell them that. But they may not listen to you. If they are not ready for it, they won't listen to you. In which case, it's better you move. Someday they will learn on their own. And hopefully, they'll come to their senses and they'll change. You can pray for them. God does answer prayer. So even if you have to separate yourself from such people, you can pray for them, that they will change for the better. And meanwhile, you do what's right for yourself. Think about your own good. Think about how you want to be for the rest of your life. Think about the things that will take you forward to see the fulfillment of your dreams, to see you meeting your goals. What are your goals in life? What is your purpose? How do you want people in the future generations to remember you? Think about what's good for you and do what's best so that you will be an overcomer and you'll be victorious. I hope these verses have revealed something to you, and I hope you will think about these things seriously and choose and make the right decision for yourself. So it's only so much for now. I'll see you again in the next episode. Until then, it's Henrietta signing off. Take care. Have a wonderful week. God bless you.